Lapis, you are the first one to go.
I would like to cast. Sorry. Getting there. I would like to cast Guiding Bolt.
Ooh, okay.
Uh-oh, the heavy guns.
Yeah, and this will, as soon as I find it again, there. This means that just like a flash of light comes out of my hands and just streaks toward, I guess I'm going to go for the warg. And I make a ranged spell attack against the target. And if I hit, I do 4d6 radiant damage. And then the next attack roll against this target, so whenever someone else attacks them, we'll get advantage. That doesn't look very good.
10 is a good miss. Woo!
Dang it.
Flies wide to the side. Do you have any other actions you'd like to do? Any movements? Any words?
I just pout and stamp my feet.
Oh,
as a
Dench.
bonus action.
Dench, it's your turn. I like how you did that not as your move, but as your bonus action.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I have the option of using any of my weapons?
Yep.
Okay, well, they're far away, right?
Yep.
All right, so I'm going to move north 6 squares. All right, great. And yeah, now I'm going to try and shoot them.
All right, make a shot just by clicking the shortbow text on the weapon section of your character sheet.
All right, great. On the weapons?
Yeah.
In the attacks and spellcasting place?
Yep, that's the spot.
Did I get them?
No.
Oof.
No, you did not, Dench. You rolled a 4. Natural 1. The shot doesn't go wide. It's like you're maybe a little bit nervous. Maybe this is your first fight ever, and you just forget to let go of the arrow, and the bow springs, and you still have your arrow in your hand. And it's kind of embarrassing.
So I'm real bad at this.
We all make mistakes. We all roll ones.
I should stick to fluting or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
All right.
Johanna, show them how it's done.
They're 120 feet away, you said?
Something like that, yeah.
Okay, because I'm furthest back, so I'm going to have to move forward 30 feet before I can do anything, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so that's going to be my turn, I guess. I move forward, but I stay behind the trees and definitely behind cover. I'm a coward to the max.
Sure. You can make 30 feet and make an action if you have a ranged action to do.
My highest range is 60, so I'm still too far, right?
All right. That way you can use your action to move another 30 feet if you would like.
Okay, so I will move up 60 feet. Is that 6 squares?
Each square is 5 feet, so that's 12 squares.
Okay, I don't want to move out that far. I'll place myself there.
Cool. Place yourself as you please. Evil DM. That's your turn.
All right. The goblins on the warg take aim at Dench, who has come into shortbow range, and they fire off a volley of arrows at you.
Can I bob and
First
weave
one
when I dodge,
misses
or-
you. Second one also goes wide. Yep. Says the goblin. Warga goes ahead and backs up a few squares.
Okay. Wander, it's your turn.
Are you able to tell about how fast they are to size them up that way, or is that not possible to pursue?
You can see how many squares he moved in a round, which will tell you at least a minimum speed. How many squares did the warg move?
The warg moved back 30 feet, and you could see that he was backpedaling, so not necessarily going as fast as he could.
Okay.
Wait, the warg moved back, but the goblins stayed forward?
The goblins are on the warg's back.
Oh, so they're all moving backwards towards the cave?
Yes.
Yep.
Got it.
In terms of how cover works, does that, if you're hiding behind a tree, does that impact
Yes.
their...
You will get cover. You will get a bonus to your armor class.
Gotcha.
It breaks down to 3 categories: half cover, 3/4 cover, and full cover, which is basically you can't be targeted.
Okay, if something is on this map, can I assume that it's cover, reasonably, or...
Yeah, of some level.
Okay.
Like a downed tree is not really going to be much cover, but a rock could be.
Okay. And then both of my... if I use both my actions here, I can move forward 55 feet?
60 feet.
Or yeah, yeah, okay. Can you see where I'm moving right now?
I can't see where you go until you finish going there.
Okay. Can I do that and you tell me if there's this cover or not?
Sure.
Okay, so I
Yeah,
would
that's
dash
totally
forward. Okay, to try to get closer to the enemies.
Yeah, maybe move on to the square of the tree.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, perfect. Totally into cover. Lapis, it's your turn.
Well, I'm feeling very bad about how that spell went. So, I switched to my light crossbow. And my light crossbow, it's not like a dual shot situation or anything, right? It's just I do one shot per turn.
Correct.
Okay. So yeah, I fire off. Well, what's my range on that actually?
The light crossbow has a range of 80 feet with no disadvantage, and then up to 320 with disadvantage.
All right, so I'm gonna take my move closer then. Let's see. Oops. I was trying to measure like you showed me. How do I do that?
Drag and hit the space bar once.
There we go. Okay. So I can go 30 feet.
This music, Neil.
And then and if I'm not moving, I can still measure distance, right? How do I do that?
With the measure bar.
There it is. Okay, there we go. All right, so I'm pretty far away, but I can do it with disadvantage. So
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
All right, here we go. Pray for me. Did it work? No? Oh.
Crossbow button?
That's what I'm trying to hit, but maybe I'm not doing it in the right way.
The crossbow button in the middle.
Attacks and
section?
spellcasting.
Yeah.
There we go.
Ooh, 9 is just a little bit shy. It lands at the warg's feet.
Lapis is worthless in this fight. She's got like welled up anime tears in her eyes, and her cheeks are all red, and she's all frustrated.
And sure, it's your turn.
Let's see. So, how many squares can I move about per round?
You can move 6 squares and take an action, or move 12 squares and take no other actions.
Okay. And is there like any account for? Is like moving diagonally considered moving a square, or is
Yeah.
that too?
Yeah.
Okay.
For simplicity, diagonal, forward, left, right, all the same.
Okay. So I can do 1, 2. Okay. Yeah. I know. I'm just gonna move this. I'm gonna move 12 squares this round and not attack.
All right.
I moved 10 actually, but it's the same thing.
Perfect. You're under that tree now.
Yeah.
Johanna.
Let's see. I'm gonna move forward and then also do another perception check to make sure that nothing's closing in on either side of us.
Clever. Go for it. You're positive there's no other enemies around you anywhere. Guaranteed.
I'm just gonna keep checking though.
All right. Next up is the warg and its riders.
All right, would you say when they're behind this tree like this, that would count as half cover?
No, that tree that Dench is in is definitely 3/4 cover. It's a big one. Wander's tree is a little bit smaller. That's probably half cover.
All right, okay, half cover is -2, I believe, right?
Correct.
And full cover is -5?
Yes.
Wait, I did a terrible perception check.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Okay, the the goblin archers go ahead and take aim at Wander, and go ahead and just assume both of these rolls are at -2. Let's see.
Ooh, the 23 is definitely a hit. The 12, not so much. So I think that means Wander takes 7. As
Oof.
arrow.
Am I allowed to pop a lucky here or no?
You are.
no, that's for-
because of your luckiness, each time that I roll a hit, you shouldn't count the damage. I will re-roll damage each time.
Okay. Or rather than lucky, can I use my inspiration here on that first crossbow hit?
Inspirations for you making rolls on your own. You can't affect other people's things. Lucky. You can also spend a lucky point when a roll is made against you. Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So for
and then-
lucky, you roll a die, and we'll see if that hits you.
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of die am I rolling here?
Are you rolling a
just roll,
1d20?
Yeah.
Just a 1d20?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to roll this die, and then if it's lower, I would take that as part of my lucky?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, so I'm going to roll a lucky here for that first hit.
Yeah, they rolled a natural 19. Yeah, that's a 6. With their modifications, that'd definitely be a miss.
Yeah, it looks like that arrow's coming straight at you, but fortunately the wind blows a branch in your face and hits that instead.
Glad I moved behind this tree.
All right.
After firing off their shots, the warg backs off a little bit further.
Okay, Wander, it's your turn.
Perception checks, do those cost an action? Like, would it be in place of an attack or a move?
It would be.
And I'm not... Okay. I'm not close enough to attack anyway. For bringing out, like, a bow, like, if I stepped forward and shot a bow, you can do that in the same turn?
You
have
can
to, like...
interact with any one item in a round as you want, but the problem is you have a shield on, and you can't fire your bow with the shield. So you'd have to take the shield off, which actually takes like a full action, and putting the shield back on takes an action. So once you've got the shield on, you're sort of committed to that unless you want to spend a round.
I understand. The tree to the northwest of me, is that full cover? Is it better cover than what I'm in now?
Yeah, that's 3/4 cover for sure. Maybe if
Northwest?
on the exact opposite side of them, like if they... Where's the ward right now? Yeah, if you were like in this square that I'm trying to draw right here, this would be full cover. Any of these side squares would be like 1/2 or 3/4.
Okay, I understand. And that is 25 feet. I'm going to move up to that tree. And then for my action, I want to do a perception check on the cave to see if anything is lurking near the entrance or if it looks like they're retreating to people coming from that direction.
Good call.
Okay, hold on, sorry. So I would move my character right here.
Perfect.
Okay.
And go ahead and make me that perception check.
Ooh, okay. Sorry, here it is.
Yeah, you don't see anything at the front of that cave. It looks sort of empty, at least at the part that's visible to you.
Okay.
Lapis.
All right. I look around at my my friends, question mark? And I'm looking for the person who I think can most benefit from like protection. I'm thinking that Johanna is probably the most squishy. Do I need to do any kind of insight check to figure that out? Okay. So I am going to check whether this takes touch or not really quickly. If I can find it. I'm looking for Shield of Faith, Neil. There it is. Okay. Oh, it's ranged. Awesome. So
Is that going to be your last spell for the day?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now you're making me second guess that.
To protect me? Lapis.
All right. Yeah. Well, Rachel looks so happy that now I have to do it. So I'm like, Lapis, remember, stay centered. And I cast Shield of Faith, and a shimmering field appears around Johanna, and it's +2 bonus to your AC. So you're glowing. Your energy is just glowing. You're so vibrant right now.
Thanks, Lapis.
No problem.
All right, Dench. Show them what you got.
So is this rock cover like right to due north of me, just a bit?
Yeah.
How good of cover is that?
If you kneel down next to it, it can be 3/4 cover. If you kneel down, it's full cover. If you're standing, it's half cover. The only problem with kneeling down is getting back up takes a little bit of extra movement. So you'll be slower on your next turn if you want to move again.
So if I kneel, that's like one of my 2 actions that I can...
No, you can kneel down as a free action. That's totally fine.
Okay.
But
so
getting
I
back
move
up from
there,
that takes
be
like 5
standing, shoot a shot, and then kneel?
Totally.
Okay, let's do that. That sounds good.
That sounds great.
All right, so yeah, my guy's gonna move up. Would this one be the best square for cover? Okay, yeah, so I'll go there, and then I'll shoot them with the short bow I think I have.
Yep.
Yep, it'll be a -2 as they're behind half cover.
Yeah. Let's see.
9, it becomes a 7, which is a pew, caught in the trees.
Man, Dench is having such a rough day.
Yeah. We're
I don't
all
think-
kind of.
Any of you have landed a
We
single
haven't hit him
yet.
yet. This is terrible.
Yeah, we all kind of suck at fighting. Maybe we should stick to being musicians.
Maybe you guys should be traveling bards. I don't know. Johanna, it's your turn.
Let's see. And I'm still more than 60 feet away, right?
I think so. Yeah, you're 110.
God, I really don't want to use Eldritch Blast, but I can use it from cover, and from where I'm at, I can hit them.
I don't know the range of that off the top of my head. Let me take a look.
Sorry. How do I check that again? I'm so sorry.
What the hell was? Let's see. Eldritch Blast has a range of 120 feet. It's a cantrip. You can use it whenever you want, as often as you want.
All right, we're gonna Eldritch Blast them in the face, but
All right.
yeah, they're far enough away from me that they're gonna meet shot. I mean, I love you guys, but there we go.
Hey, you hit!
Hooray! MVP!
Which one are you
Johanna's
aiming
MVP.
at?
Click the text at the bottom of Eldritch Blast where its name is to roll your damage.
And who are you aiming at, Johanna?
I am aiming at the the goblin on top of the warg. No,
All
wait.
right.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. I already said it, so I am. And
All right.
after I fire that off, I'm actually shocked that I did that, and a little like, oh my god, that's... And I'm kind of looking at my hands, and actually I feel like a little bit scared too. I don't know if you need to know my feelings, Neil, but I feel a little bit scared.
I like to know your feelings about these things. And that is, did you want to move, or are you good for your turn?
No, I kind of like fall down back to whatever I'm hiding against, and I'm gonna be thinking about myself for a minute.
Okay. The warg and its riders go.
Yeah, oof, that goblin took a massive blow. Alright, the goblins kind of direct the goblins talk amongst themselves, a bit out of earshot of you, Wander. You're a bit far away, but you can roll perception in order to see if you can make it out.
Roll a perception. I did it.
Alright,
No.
you don't manage to hear out their conversation. Yep.
Wait, can I do a lucky roll here, or my inspiration roll here, because it's my roll?
You could use your.
Wonder, can I try this?
You don't speak Goblin, which is why it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Your inspiration would allow you to take either the 5 or the 9, both of which would be a fail, so that's not so great.
Okay.
I'm not sure about the lucky. That's a rule that I haven't used often. Let me double check it.
The lucky is that you can just re-roll it, yes.
Yeah, you could definitely re-roll it if you wanted. If you want to use one of your lucky points.
I'll hold on to it. Never mind.
Okay. Cool.
Alright, the warg goes ahead and circles around this way. And right before he takes the goblins undercover behind the trees, they fire off 2 shots at you, Wander. Let's see. You're at -2 due to half cover. So one of them is a 13, one is a 15.
My armor class is 17.
Alright, well.
One of them falls
miss.
short, the other just hits you in the armor and just kind of falls to the side completely uselessly.
And then the warg leads them right behind that tree.
All right, Wander. Retribution.
Not really. Both goblins were carrying swords as well, right? We saw that.
Yep.
And at this point, they're riding on the warg. The warg just moved how many spaces?
Ooh.
You judge it to be approximately 50 feet.
Okay.
How many feet is it from where they are to the cave entrance, by the way?
We can measure it.
60?
Oh, there's 65.
Something like that, depending on where you want to mark the start of the cave.
Yeah.
For me to ever fire my bow. Oof. Right now I'm under half cover.
Yes. I think you should be on 3/4 cover, half cover, 3/4, something like that.
3/4 cover.
It'd be 3/4 if they came at you from the front, but from the side like that, half.
Okay.
From the side where they're at right now would be half?
Yep.
Okay. Can I reposition myself to like a spot here where they have to move to shoot me?
Yeah.
Okay. But but theoretically, if they moved all the way down and they were horizontal to me, that would be a full hit, right? It wouldn't be there would be no cover.
Right.
Oof.
Yeah, so taking off or putting on your shield is one action. I was just double checking.
In terms of heals left in the party, Anna does she have cantrips or anything, or is she out of
I
spells?
do. I
You
do
do.
have cantrips, yes.
I also have a medicine skill for what it's worth.
Okay. I feel like if I run up to them, I feel like that would be the dumbest thing I could possibly do. Like, it doesn't seem like a good idea.
We do have very low hit points overall.
Yeah.
If you can lead them towards us, I have a bunch of like befriending, beguiling spells.
I could also hedge later. Like if you move in a way where they have to move to hit you, I can put myself in a position where I can potentially hit them well as a result of them moving to you.
Sure. Okay. I'm going to move in this area here. Is this 3/4 or half cover or something, or?
Yeah, I would say that's definitely half cover.
Okay. I'm just trying to draw them in this direction. I'm going to move here. I don't feel comfortable charging them because both goblins could just hop off the warg and kill me pretty easily, I think. And you guys would be too far away to do anything about it. So I'm just going to continue to use the cover over here.
All right. Lapis.
Can you take a dodge or whatever? Does that mean anything?
Yeah, you can use an action to dodge. It will give you, I think it gives enemies disadvantage against you to attack. I think that's the thing.
Okay. After the goblins miss both arrows, I saunter out from behind the tree and I move to the next one in a taunting manner, and then I continue to dance around to the tree that I'm currently at right now. Okay, kind of just
Can
moving
you
back
give
and
me
forth.
your best goblin taunt? How do you taunt the goblins?
You ever play PUBG? Just kind of like a leaning from the tree, kind of like looking back and forth, just kind of giving them a little, something like that. Yeah, a little something like that.
All right. I like it. Lapis.
Yeah, I'm gonna take another try at this crossbow thing. So I'm gonna move. Although it doesn't really do me any good, I'm still gonna move. Guess I'll move to this tiny little shrub, which, well, I can't even get there. I'm just like left behind by the party. Okay, I'll go there. There we go. Hello?
Hello.
Token? Hello?
You got to be on the arrow and not the ruler to move your
Right. Okay. Got it. Okay. And now we're going to take a shot at disadvantage with the light crossbow. Let's see how it goes. Oh.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's
What were you aiming at?
At
Because it looked like you were aiming at me.
the top goblin. I'm imagining they're sitting on top of each other. Is that the
they're
case?
Yeah.
sitting behind each other.
Well, it'd be
They're
cool
not,
if
like,
they were
on
sitting
each
on top.
Ever
No,
since
come
Anna,
on.
that's what I thought too.
That's how they looked when you had them sitting. It looked like one was sitting on top of the other. Come on, little totem.
That
Anyway.
seems really, really unstable.
What? It seems like they would have a better ability to shoot because if one's behind the other, they have to go around. But if they're sitting on top of each other, they can both be firing.
That's probably something Lapis would think.
Well, I'm sorry that you don't get goblin strategy as well as I do, Neil, but that's fine. I guess I just go for the boring front goblin.
Oh, making me feel bad. All right, roll me your damage.
Woohoo,
Yuck.
3 points.
Goes the goblin.
I do believe that's enough to bring that goblin down, though. Am I right there, Trump?
Yes, it takes the crossbow and falls off the warg.
Nice shot, Lapis.
Thanks. Just doing my part for our community.
Dench.
So can I make it to there and then still shoot him?
Yep.
All right, let's go with the short bow.
All right. Give us a shot.
Did I get him?
No, not with an 11. It gets caught in the trees. You can hear the warg at you. Johanna.
All right. Once again, I'm gonna move forward. I'm gonna again consciously try and triangulate with these guys and stay in the middle. And once I get there, I have enough action left for a perception check. Yes or no?
Yep. I think so.
Let's do it. I am freaked out by everything and looking around, and
You're still
I'm
certain
idiot.
that there's
Dummy.
nothing else nearby.
God damn.
It's like looking to find your glasses when they're on the top of your head. That's what it's like.
I am shaky and terrified, so makes sense.
All right. Wargy Poo.
All right. The warg who is in the back speaks up a bit louder in Goblin. And the warg responds.
Do I get to roll to interpret that or to check that? Or
Yeah,
there's a
roll
lot of that I can-
perception to see if you can make that out.
Okay.
Oh, I think a 14 definitely will do it.
What? I can't leave you behind, says the warg.
Aw.
You have to go. You have to warn the others. I'm going to go hide in that cave. Don't worry, I'll be okay. Really? I guess. Alright.
It's touching.
Did you change the music to sad?
The warg runs back over here to the cave to let the goblin off. And then runs off to the northeast. The goblin disappears into the cave.
Okay. Wander. The enemies have sort of fled.
Yeah, are we still like in combat mode?
That's up to you. I'm gonna leave you guys in combat mode until you tell me you feel like it's out of combat mode.
Sure, I understand. So I don't think any of you guys speak Goblin, but it sounded like that dude was running to go and grab some friends. The other Goblin seems like he's hiding in the cave. The cave is probably empty. I don't think anybody's inside. Otherwise, he would have ran into the cave to grab somebody. I think maybe we should... Can we find a vantage point or something up here to see if there are people coming that we would be able to see and flee from before they get here? Because obviously we're not going to be outrunning wargs. That would be the thing that I'd be most concerned with right now.
Sure. So what sort of vantage point are you looking for? Like climbing on top of something?
Yeah, maybe I'm a pretty athletic person, so maybe climbing on top of a tree to kind of peer off into the distance to see if you can make anything out coming.
Do the rest of us notice that the warg and the other goblin cleared out?
Definitely. You saw them run back to the cave and split and run.
Oh,
Can
yes,
we
and
yell?
I was just talking. I was trying to communicate to you guys. I was telling you that's what I heard them say. So
Oh, okay, you did tell us. Okay.
yeah. So yeah, I think yeah. So I would say that, and then I'd like to climb a tree to look off into the distance to see if I can see that guy bringing reinforcements or anything.
Sure. You can scale a tree. Given enough time, you're gonna scale the tree. So there's no pressure. You can do it. No check needed. You see the warg every now and then, like as it appears in a clearing here or there. Just booking it. Doesn't look like there's anything nearby that could be considered a reinforcement.
I think we should just keep following the wagon tracks because that's what we were doing in the first place. Also, I'm going to go loot the goblin body.
I'm
Right.
really afraid of the warg. Based on how fast it ran away, do we have any concept of how quickly it could get back or other wargs could get back?
It looks to be moving like 66% faster than you. So, it can go a
Okay.
pretty good distance.
Based on what I saw in the tree, is it possible that he could get to a village that I couldn't see and then get back within an hour or two? Or was it a very wide clearing? And if he's getting anybody, it's going to take at least a night for him to return. Am I able to perceive that?
So he looks like he's heading generally in the direction of this forest that's nearby. You can't tell what's in the forest, but they probably can't be back within an hour. Maybe. It could be possible. There's no way to know for certain, but...
So we should be out of here before nightfall for sure, guys, right?
When I took this job, it said that it paid 250 gold, split 4 ways. I am okay with that payout. I do not want to risk my life waiting for an army of goblins to come back. I do not think I'm getting paid enough to sit around and fight off that many people. That's how I feel. I don't want to wander into the cave knowing that guy's going to show up with reinforcements.
I think it's unlikely that what we're looking for is in the cave. Like, our upside is only extra things, and then we'd subsequently still have to go find the things that we're actually looking for. So I agree with Wander. I think we should go try and stay on objective.
Well, we see the wagon tracks lead into this cave, right?
Oh, do
Yeah.
Yeah.
they? Oh,
do.
I see.
The
Okay,
wagon
well,
tracks lead
I want to
right.
follow the wagon tracks wherever they go.
Oof. We could report back to her what we found so far and let her know that if she wants us to investigate further, it's going to be significantly more. I don't think we're getting paid enough to fight an army of orcs. That's my opinion.
Is it a shallow cave or a deep cave? Can we get a sense of it by looking from the mouth of it?
If you move your characters up to the mouth of the cave, we can deal with that mechanic when we
I
get
don't know,
there.
that feels like a trick.
You
I'll
played
go.
this game before.
She knows you well, Neil.
Can we send,
I
like,
have been
one?
doing terrible perception checks, but I don't feel safe. Can somebody else like perceive the universe for me? Lapis, I just don't feel safe.
I hug her. I just hold her. And I'm like,
That does not make me feel safe. It does make me feel warm and squishy.
Lapis just starts walking toward the cave. Well, actually, what did I find on the goblin?
Oh, you find a small bag of gold. It has 5 golden coins in it.
Sweet. I put those into my bag.
Do we all know that she found that, or do we have to?
You were climbing a tree, and Johanna was talking about looking in the cave, and Dench was following the tracks towards the cave, and she was the only person that went to go investigate the body of the goblin. So,
Are we allowed to ask her what she found on that body of the goblin?
you may.
Can she lie?
Did you even
She may.
see?
She could.
Did you even see me go look at the goblin?
We saw the
That's the
goblin get
question.
killed.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true. If we didn't see her go and we go and investigate the body,
You just find it with
we
no
just
money
find
on it. No.
Do
I
we
mean,
roll
I'm
for
not
that?
trying to hide it, but I also it doesn't even occur to me that you guys would want anything because I'm the only one that thought about it.
Sure. I think my first mind would be getting what I could out of here and leaving. So the goblin corpse would be pretty important to me after making sure nobody else was coming. So if there was some good shit on that, I want to know about it. And am I able to roll to see if she went there, or how would that?
I think you were busy looking at the warg. You know,
Okay.
you were climbing trees and looking for wargs. You weren't paying attention to the rest of the party.
Okay. So then I would only check it and find it empty.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we able to perceive if there's another exit out of the cave? Something from the top or from the side? Another way out so that if we went inside, we wouldn't be trapped?
If you want to, so this is like any other cave that you might encounter in the real world. If you climb around, look around the edges of the cave, you might find other caves, but there's no way of knowing whether they're connected or not without exploring them. You know,
Gotcha.
you find 2 caves adjacent to each other. Do they connect? Do they not connect?
So I'm like pretty close to the cave entrance at this point, right? Because I've been investigating the tracks.
Yeah. Move yourself close. Move yourself where you think you would be while you're investigating these tracks. I will let you know that they definitely kind of come through here and up to there.
Yeah, I'd say like I'm probably here-ish. Not quite. Can I tell how well-worn the cave path is? Like I could see the tracks, but can I see a lot of foot traffic, or does it look reasonably deserted?
There's not much in the way of foot traffic around here. There's definitely not enough foot traffic to warrant a path. There is enough traffic to show you that things have been in and around. You find a couple of trees with broken branches dangling on them that look a little weird. You'll find areas of grass that have been patted down recently. I mean, a warg did just run past and a goblin did just run inside. But there does seem to be maybe a little bit of other traffic.
Neil,
Mhm.
is it possible to use my nature proficiency and intelligence to make some sort of like trap or warning system at the entrance of the cave? So if we went inside, we could kind of protect the entrance.
Yes, there's probably a way to do that. You would need something that would make a noise loud enough to alert you. So do you have like some pots and pans or a bell, or what do you have that could
Flutes?
that could maybe fall to create a noise or clang together somehow to create some noise? Do you have any noise
Well,
makers?
I would prefer that the trap like snared them. But I just kind of figured that like the hubbub would echo into the cave and warn us as well. But I'm thinking more of a snare type of situation.
Okay, so I don't know how like advanced you can be with this, but what if we like, because just looking at our supplies, could we tie like rope across 2 trees so that if a horse or a warg was running by, it would trip, and then like bury some crossbow bolts into the ground so it would like fall face forward? Would something like that work, or?
Yeah, that would work. You can see the trees that you have around you, so you can let me know where you would like to tie your rope and where the sort of trap that you would like to make.
I think we should. I want to make something where when they hit that rope, or like when they trigger a rope, something falls down and like falling swinging axes kind of situation.
Well, I just have a.
So you want like an elaborate dungeon trap that you can set up in like 3 minutes and then go inside the cave.
Okay. I know I'm not gonna get that, but you know.
I have a hunting trap. Would that accomplish what we're trying to do? Like,
Yes.
that down? Oh, okay.
Totally.
Someone just happens to be carrying a hunting trap on them.
Easy peasy. I think we should make the trap that Wander suggested and also set the hunting trap for double bagging it.
All right. You just tell me where you want to tie your rope off, and we'll make it happen.
This rope, one rope is 50 feet of rope. If I use this rope, then that's going to be the entire trap. All of my rope will be used for this.
Unless you want to cut your rope into 2 smaller sections.
Since we're about to explore a cave, I think the rope is very valuable. If they bring back a bunch of people, I don't think 2 traps is going to be much different than 1. We really just want to hear them coming. So if he's going to set up his like actual animal trap, I'm going to hold on to my rope, I think, to use it inside the cave. I don't want to use both traps here. I don't think it's worth it.
Okay.
The hunting trap that Dench has here is basically like your classic bear trap. It's sawtoothed things with a little pressure plate in the middle and then a chain that ties to like a tree or something. So if something steps on it, it snaps and grabs their leg.
Great.
So you can set that somewhere, and you'll probably need to give it a little bit of cover so it's not so obvious. Because a bear
like
is
right in the mouth, right? And then just like put dirt and some branches over it.
I take 2 heavy leaves and just sprinkle it all over salt.
We'd want to know before they were at the mouth, though, right? Wouldn't we want a little bit of time? Because if they're already at the mouth, then we're already stuck inside the cave.
There's just less of a likelihood that they'll step on it if it's not in the exact mouth of the cave.
Yeah,
What if
otherwise
they
we
come from
kind
the
of have to
side?
guess because it could be like
in the
right.
direction.
Yeah, I think mouth is definitely the most likely to trip it. So which area does your guys' trap cover?
I'm not laying one. If you're gonna lay your trap, I'm gonna hold on to my rope for use.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I think mouth is best then if we only have 1 trap to work with.
Sure.
And then we could cover it with like natural dirt or whatever.
Yeah.
Make it look reasonably. Because if the path has been traveled, then it won't look that abnormal if it's a little disrupted just in a different manner. Whereas if it hadn't been traversed at all, then it would probably look weird if there was like scattered around dirt.
Well, can we do like a check? Is there a path, some type of path between here and where that warg ran that looks well traveled, or no?
No, really not. This place doesn't look like it's well traveled at all.
Okay. I think that's a fine place for the trap. Goblins are pretty stupid and pretty easy to get them to stare at stuff. This is a little bit messed up, but maybe we could impale the goblin that we killed on a tree kind of nearby. If they stop and check, maybe that will either intimidate them or buy us some more time or something. Or it could enrage them and cause them to come after us faster. I'm not sure what you guys think.
I think that it won't do. I think it's only a positive thing. I think we should definitely do it.
All right. Do we have to roll to impale?
No. Nope. But I want a little bit of backstory on you. Is this the first time you've impaled something to a tree?
As somebody that has wandered in the outer parts of cities and whatnot, I think I would be used to constructing traps and using mechanisms to try to lure people into doing things. Since I don't work with a group and since I don't have any kind of people to take care of me, I would need to do things in order to in order to have an advantage over other groups of people. So setting up little machinations like this to intimidate people would be something that would be part of my character's backstory.
So this is not the first time you've made a gruesome sight to lure opponents into one way or another.
Correct. Wander's done this in the past to scare off other types of people if he needs to intimidate somebody because he doesn't have the numbers to do so.
Sure. why
Lapis
don't
is
you-
like, yeah, that's a good idea, but I just can't stand very close to it. It'll just mess up my balance. So she like goes and stands far away from that bad energy.
I'm horrified. What are you doing?
We're going to. You guys can move into the cave, and we're going to sit the goblin next to a tree so that if anybody wanders by, they'll be too concerned with trying to find the goblin's family, rather than come in and.
You're
mess
just gonna sit him down. I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna do something really
No,
crazy.
we're definitely not going to do that.
Man, you freaked me out, man.
Wait, we're not impaling him on the tree anymore. What
What
happened?
are you gonna do?
No, that sounds horrible.
I mean, I'm playing a win. If we think that's
Do
we think
that,
that's a good
then.
percentage.
Dench, I'm giving you a very sharp look right now. They're going to move into the cave to investigate the opening of the cave, and then we can rest the goblin out here.
I
that
take
if
Johanna's
anybody-
hand. I'm like, yeah, let's just go in the cave. The energy in there's real good. Come on.
Yeah, we'll just set him by. Okay, we're good. Yeah, we'll just set him by the thing,
Yeah.
and we'll all go into the cave. Agreed.
Okay. Maybe this is a good time to take our break.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys on the other side with some not goblin impaling. See you guys later.